What is up with it? Today we are going to be watching NCL Italy Day 3. This is going to be El Nino versus Giovanni, and we actually have Giovanni joining us today, first ever guest on the channel. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Giovanni.
Hey everybody, I'm Giovanni, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
really glad to watch this match with you today. Really
Yeah,
happy.
I'm really excited. What made you decide to pick Lucci this week rather than BY or Dofi or any of the other choices?
So I basically knew Nino was gonna play Dofi pretty much,
Mm-hmm.
and so I was like, I wanna play different decks. I don't wanna just play Dofi or MBY, and I went with Lucci basically.
Mm. What made you so confident that he was gonna take Dofi? Because he's played a fair bit of BY and Lucci himself, hasn't he? Or am I mistaken on that?
Yeah, he's a OG Lucci player, but like he was practicing only Dofi
Mm-hmm.
basically, and he's still practicing only Dofi.
Mm.
So we all knew that. We all knew that he was gonna probably pick Dofi.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Also, I say this every video, but man, I love his sweater. It's so sick. Um,
Yeah.
okay. Anything Luigi, shout outs to Luigi by the way for posting this. He didn't show the list. Normally no heroes show the list. Was there anything notable about your list? Also, is it open deck list for the NCL? Like, do you know what your opponent's
Uh,
deck list looks like?
no, it's not open decklist,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I play Dofi without Femu, by the way, in the
Mm.
NCL.
Mm-hmm.
And I played different. I think I had three Nightmare Luffy's
Oh.
because I was like, if he plays BY by
Mm-hmm.
any chance and in the game plan, and the
Mm-hmm.
only real game plan is
Yeah.
Nightmare,
Yeah, Nightmare or Kaido, right?
yeah, I think Nightmare is kind of better and it's
Mm-hmm.
counter, so that's a thing. And I played three Jacks because it's really good going first, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Everything else is standard.
That's standard. All right. Cool. Yeah.
One Nina. Okay, that's the only
TCG.
thing.
Okay. Yeah. So let's hop into it. Do you remember who won the rock paper scissors? It looked like you both elected to keep.
I don't remember if
Oh,
I won it
it
because
looks
I
like
went
yeah,
first.
you
Yeah.
must have won it if you went first. Okay. And he started with Sengoku. Of course, that's what you want to see as the um Dofi player. Your hand has Luigi is playing it too fast, man. I gotta slow it down. I gotta slow it down. Luigi's playing it on like 5x speed. Okay, so your hand, you have Gecko, you have Jack, you have Nightmare Luffy, you have Rebecca, you have Spandine, and you have Sabo. You mulliganed into this or you decided to keep this?
I think I mulligan because I
You
mulligan
mulliganed.
for Brook going
For
first.
Brooke, yeah, of course, of
Yeah.
course. And then we didn't get to see if he mulliganed or not. It looked like maybe he kept. I mean, he does have a Teach, he has a Jinbei, he has Sengoku. I think it was probably a pretty reasonable keep if he did.
Yeah.
Swinging, swinging 8. I will say I actually prefer swinging 5 here, even if you don't have the Brook. Just because they shouldn't be countering anyways. Like, it doesn't
Yeah.
actually matter, but.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true. I think I swing 5 in the third game
Hmm,
probably
okay.
instead of 8 when I have nothing.
He's going to go ahead and play Teach. Have to imagine this is going to be a 9 Jinbei Boa. Yep, that makes sense. Are we going to get to see the top? I don't think we really get a good look. The way he grabbed his deck makes me think he might bottom, though. Maybe he's just moving it. Okay, so he did keep on top. It's going to be 9. Of course, this is a snap take. Ooh, you're thinking. Is this like a Tempest kick?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not. Yeah. It's who's who.
Oh, a who's who. Okay, okay. So what are you thinking here on if you should
I,
trigger it or not?
I'm planning on the next turn. I was like, he's gonna go to like if I trigger
Mm-hmm.
the Uzu, he's
Mm-hmm.
not gonna be able to play 4 costs from end
Mm-hmm.
unless it's Boa, but he
Mm-hmm.
already played one.
Mm-hmm.
And then the effect. So
Mm-hmm.
he can only play like he won't be able to do that if
Mm-hmm.
I trigger on the teeth because I have no way to KO it from end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I
And
re
then I was playing
mm-hmm.
yeah then
Yeah, I think I like triggering it there too, especially after he already played the boa. Like it feels pretty unlikely that he has two of them, right?
Yeah, yeah, that was the reasoning behind
Mm,
it.
okay. And then, so now you're going to 5. Go ahead and swing 6. Yeah, we should always see a counter 1K here. And then I imagine, yep, Rebecca just grab back. Any specific reason you decided on the Khalifa instead of the Who's Who?
No, I think it's the same, so I just grabbed the Khalifa.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
And here probably there is another line where you go just 10 to the Jimbe,
Mm-hmm.
and but I think that's both like that's a little risky.
Mm-hmm.
Like if Dofi has the right cards in hand, he can just maybe
Mm-hmm.
protect it, and just start off again with
Mm-hmm.
like Weevil or Boa into Weevil, something like that. So there was
Mm-hmm.
a different line. I don't know if that was the correct one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he would have given you 3 cards, right? 2/2/1. He blocks 2/2/1s, and then if he draws and then the next card is Weevil, so he hasn't drawn yet, has he? I don't think so. Did he draw already? Okay, he drew already. So he would have 2 less cards in hand. He would have 3 cards if he plays Weevil off top, and then he goes up to 4 cards in hand, and he gets to swing. He's on what, 6 dawn, so he gets to swing 7 7 7 3 times. Oh yeah, I think you're just cooked if the 10 doesn't connect, and then this next card is Weevil, which I think actually a good percentage of the time it can be Weevil here. We haven't seen any, and he saw Boa, so
Yeah,
yeah, I think I agree with the Rebecca play just because of that. But it is possible that the Rebecca play is safer, but maybe not strong enough. I guess it depends on how good we feel about our hand. Oh,
mm,
yeah. And then this can also happen, and this obviously feels really bad too.
yeah, yeah,
Wow, this is even worse. I'm feeling like you get cooked this game.
yeah.
I
But it's a long game.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's plenty of game left. You do have one 2K. You do have some Rebecca's, which is nice. Um, Interesting that you chose to counter with the Rebecca there. What was so I assume you've already decided more or less what you're gonna do this next turn. What made you decide to counter with the Rebecca there?
Basically, I need one for the 8 cost Moria.
Mm-hmm.
So like one is going to the trash anyway because I'm playing Jack now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I could have just countered with it later. I think it's about the same,
Yeah. It's
just because
probably the
I
same.
already know I'm playing Jack.
Okay, so you know that even with him being 4 wide, you think it's still important to establish the Jack on this turn?
Yeah, because I have no alternative basically. I have no way to reduce the board,
Mm-hmm.
no double KOs, I have nothing in hand. The only playable thing here is Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Just hope I get 2K counters off the top
Yeah.
and then stay at 1 life somehow
Yeah,
and play
one
from there.
life. Yeah. Another Rebecca. Oh, Nino, he's living the good life, man. He's showing you he already countered. You turned it sideways, brother. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Yeah.
Here I'm cooked. No 2K counters,
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah, you're just dead, right? If he decides to press W at all, which
which he's
it
gonna
would,
do
yeah,
because
it would be
he
crazy
knows.
if he didn't. It would, I don't even know why anyone would not here. Okay, just gonna start with the 7. So I'd probably just gonna go 4 7s, play teach leader effect would be my guess. Oh, no, no, no. Not even gonna play any characters. Okay. And you did find a 2K off of that life.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I still have to use 3 cards here, so, which is really bad.
Yeah. Uh, I'm a little surprised he decided to just go 7s across the board and not try and play like a teach plus a gecko, like and swing slightly smaller for one of the swings, like just swing 1 6 and then 7's the rest. But I think this is okay.
Yeah, basically gets one more card this turn,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe less cards the next turns, probably.
Yeah. And like Teach grabbing back like a Law here would have also been really good because he knows you're forced to
Mm.
play Rebecca, right? In one way or another,
Yeah,
you have to play Rebecca. So him being able just to um, have the Teach on board already most likely and then also have the Law in hand, like it just means that he'd be able to. Yeah, I don't really think I liked the fact that he didn't play Teach Gecko last turn. I think it was worth it for
mm,
sure.
yeah,
Because now he's oh my, there's just no way. There's just no way. What is he doing? I'm confused.
yeah, yeah. Probably you just split the dons and attack, right?
Yeah, for sure. I'm actually, especially after you gave him like 3 1s. I mean, he knows about a 2K from Rebecca, right? So,
Mm.
um, but like when you give him 3 1s last turn, like he has to know your hand is pretty weak. I'm not exactly sure why he didn't split that evenly 3 ways. That seems like super sus, right?
Yeah, yeah. No, I think he just didn't want me to get Rebecca in trash, but yeah, you should have just winged here. I think he realizes that after the game. He told me like I made a misplay the third.
Mm-hmm. This is actually crazy because this is like what should have been an unlosable game, and
Yeah,
I'm actually not sure it's like 100% doomed now. Like he
yeah. We
doesn't
got the
actually technically have any way to get through the like double Rebecca here, or even Rebecca Sabo. That's fine too. Is Rebecca Sabo here better than double Rebecca?
base. Probably Rebecca is better.
Yeah,
He just if he has low, maybe he can split two attacks, but I don't die. I don't think I die.
but also there's
Yeah,
just no way he has Law, right? Because if he had Law, he would have just done it last turn.
read it faster. Yeah,
And
yeah.
like he Perona'd, and I don't remember if he put on top or bottom. Luigi's playing this at like 4x speed. I don't even know what's going on. I have but like if he had access to Law, like he for sure would have done it last turn, right? So I kind of think double Rebecca just keeps our card economy a lot healthier. Um
Mm.
I kind of think double Rebecca should be better here, no? Am I missing something?
No, it's yeah, probably it's better, but I think I can do it like next turn anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably around the same
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not gonna lethal him the next turn, so
That's
it's
true.
probably gonna go. But maybe it's better to do Rebecca now because next turn I can flood the board with like actual bodies
Mm-hmm.
instead of two Rebeccas.
Um, I see you're on Finger Pistol. Are you on Hina at all? Like, is there one copy of Hina in your deck at all?
Yeah, one copy of Ina. I play
Mm-hmm.
Finger instead of Kaku, I think,
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
There's a Kaku in your hand right now.
Ah, okay, then I flip it. Okay,
Soap Sheep?
nice. So no, I think that card is not great,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that card either, honestly. Um, yeah, I think you probably built this list very similar to how I would have. I think probably the only difference is I wouldn't have put the Nightmare in the list. I kind of have the mindset of like, if you're gonna play Lucci, like YOLO, you'll just dodge BY. Like I feel like you have to kind of commit to be honest, but I understand why you'd
Yeah.
want to play the yeah. But I do think having the Hina in the deck, I don't think we've milled it yet. So I do think there is a little value in waiting on the Rebecca until next turn because it's possible we could draw or mill or draw into the Hina, and if we do and we have double Rebecca, that opens up a lot of lines for us where we can like Rebecca Hina, Rebecca Spandine Lucci. So
Mm.
I think Sabo here is a little bit better with Hina in deck, maybe.
Also, if I get Gecko, maybe I use only one blocker this turn, and I can actually play Gecko. That's
Mm.
also
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's true too.
yeah, which is actually reasonable because he has no board.
Yeah. He has like no board. It's actually crazy that this is a losable game for him. It's actually like so insane. This was like I feel like this was like a crazy fumble from his part. Like obviously it's still very winnable because you're like so down on resources and he's still at 4 life, but the fact that it's
Yeah.
even close is crazy.
Mhm.
Okay, no gecko, but we did find the Ice Age, which is really good. I mean, it's pretty
Yeah.
clear we have to get rid of all the fours. What do you think is the best way to do it?
Here it's a little awkward
Mm-hmm.
because uh, I wanted to see the card I drew off of Jack first,
Mm-hmm.
just to make sure, like, if I draw the other one cost spell, it's better than the Ice Age.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I start with the 6 and see what I draw. Then, like, you have 1 KO with Jack,
Mm-hmm.
and I think you can just trade one character and play spell into Rebecca, Brooke, and then another Rebecca, maybe. I think
Mm.
that's probably.
Yeah, I like that too. I like that too. I think that's exactly how I would sequence it. I'd always start with 6 here. Like it's actually like I don't even think he can counter out of this. Like countering out of this I think is pretty troll. Oh, you go 6 in a life. I'm kind of surprised you didn't swing at the Weevil.
And I think I always take it down with the Gecko Moria, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I can even attack with Sabo at that point, because my concern was like I am on a clock. I need to close the game the next turn for
Mm-hmm.
sure. That was one of my concerns.
Yeah, I could see it. And you did draw the Tempest Kick. That's crazy. I actually think the Tempest Kick draw means that it's possible you could survive one more
Another turn.
turn. Yeah, an extra turn.
Mm.
It's definitely possible because like you're gonna have so many blockers and he hasn't really shown to us that he has a way to deal with them. But we do kind of run out of room on our board too, which is a little annoying.
Yeah, I think I was counting like here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I play Lucci, I attack with Sabo, and then I play Rebecca over Sabo, so I have one more attack this turn, and I don't die too low into Teach low, bouncing both of the Rebeccas in if he has it,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe just Brooke. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I should have attacked the Sabo before, because if he triggers, I'm cooked.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, yeah. So, well, if he goes law, teach law,
I
um,
can't. I
yeah,
exactly
you
can't.
can't. You have 10, you're down one. Or no, you'd be able to counter. You'd be able to
Yeah,
counter
yeah,
out of it
because the Rebecca's in
because
hand.
the Rebeccas are in hand.
Yeah, I was counting that. I think I was counting. The only concern was like, do I attack with Sabo? Because I kind of want to kill him next turn. That was
Mm-hmm.
the only tricky part of the turn.
Yeah. But yeah, I think you're right. You swing with Sabo before you establish the
Yeah,
Rebeccas.
yeah,
Just to
that's for sure.
because really your only loss condition here is like this gets Gravity Blade triggered and then he goes teach law and then bounce the Rebecca. Wow, this is
Yeah.
so insane that you win this game. This game was actually so cooked from your perspective.
Mm.
This is actually so crazy that you win this game. I'm not even sure what he's Perona digging for at this point, to be honest. Like Law doesn't save him, unfortunately. Yeah. Wow. This is. I can't believe you won that game. That was an insane toss. That was crazy. That was so crazy, actually.
Game
That.
three? No, game
That's.
two? What?
What the hell? Where's game two?
No, I think it's game two, and I think he just mistake. Like,
Let's see.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah. He just mistaked. He just mistaked. Okay,
Okay.
good, good. I was like, I don't want to miss any of this. Okay, so he chose to go first. Wow, I really wonder why. I mean, especially like I know myself, like this when I'm playing Doflamingo and my opponent gives me multiple 1Ks, especially if they give me three, like I don't care about anything. I'm just swinging as big and as hard as possible after that. So it's kind of crazy that um I really would love to hear about what his thought process was during that. Like even the
Yeah, I think
second, I actually think there's something against me specifically that opponents could take advantage of. Like it's possible that my opponents against me could give me two 1Ks when they have 2Ks in hand, and I would, because every single time anyone does it, I'm like, oh, okay, they're cooked, they're dead, and I just like
you're
I
good.
full send it, I full send it. I actually think there's like very niche situations where people could super take advantage of it, and
Mhm.
it's interesting that he doesn't seem to approach it the same way. I think it's very important as Doflamingo when your opponent shows weakness like that. Oh, we need you to
Yeah.
put the cards in the holder. Both of you. What are you guys doing? You guys are
We're playing
trolling.
a
All
bit.
right. You have Lucci, you have Teach. I'm not sure what else.
I think I had Sabo, maybe I think as well.
Hmm. So I guess you could walk me through real quick why you decided to play Tempest Kick on the two Dom
Yeah,
turn, if you remember.
yeah. When you had, I played Empress Kick early game when I have no outs in hand. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think the Flamingo matchup is a matchup where you need to see your early cards, are otherwise you are cooked
Mm-hmm.
as Lucci. So
Mm-hmm.
when I don't have like Rebecca, Brook, these cards, I just use it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when I have another one because you're like Tempest Kick, you're gonna use one, maybe two in the late game.
Mm-hmm.
It's like really like there is like it's difficult to use more than two in a game,
Yeah.
like efficiently.
Yeah, I agree. Typically, yeah, I think two. You find an opportunity for like two typically.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. They're telling you guys to do it. Okay, we have Boa, 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 2K, 2K, and then we have Lucci, Lucci,
Oh,
Kaku, Rebecca, Brook, Rebecca, Brook. Okay, he has a Jinbei. Um, do you think it's ever better here to swing six into the Lucci or into the Weevil and just play Brook standing, or do you think it's for sure better to play the Rebecca?
I think it's better to play the Rebecca in
Mm-hmm.
this case because I wanna play Kaku next turn.
Mm,
Basically, I have no spell in hand, so that means I have no Ice Age, so that means I have no use for Brook next turn, and I
mm,
have Kaku in hand already.
mm-hmm.
I think that's the I'm going for.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a spell, I I don't know. I still don't think like with another Rebecca in hand, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it,
Mm-hmm.
to be honest, because
Mm-hmm.
I can just replay it off Rebecca. If I don't have another Rebecca, maybe you can go for it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because one of the things that I'm thinking about is I know when I go first as the Doflamingo player, like them only swinging at my bodies and keeping me at 5 life, especially in a game where I had to like use teach. Because like if you use the teach, you have one less card in your hand than
Mm.
really you should. Um, if you just like played Perona, of course. I know like it gets really annoying having them swing only at the bodies. And if you don't find like a lot of like weevils, geckos, like things to keep your hand healthy, like looking at his hand, and this could be easily very results oriented thinking rather than like what's actually correct, which is why I wanted to ask because I'm not actually sure what's correct. But I know that like from my perspective as a Doflamingo player, I'm like really thrilled to take this life. Like I'm like really excited that you swung there, especially when I like play the teach. So I almost wonder, and like this is something that I literally actually never see anyone do, but I actually think it's maybe something that players are missing value on maybe is I actually think in spots like this, even if it is correct to play Rebecca, I actually think it's almost possible that it's correct to swing your leader just at the Weevil.
Mm.
Do you think I'm
Okay,
overcooking there?
not even like five at the Weevil or just six at the
Yeah,
Weevil.
no, just like five at the Weevil,
Okay.
because
No, it's
you
yeah.
need to proc leader effect, of course. Um,
No, yeah.
but
Now
like
that you now that you tell me, yeah, it's probably correct because the Dolphin player always takes the two lives against
hmm
Lucci, like in
As,
statics. So
especially when the Dofi goes first, like he actually really, really, really wants these cards. Um, and maybe I shouldn't be saying this because I don't want to be helping the Lucci players. But like I actually think that like this is something I actually never ever see any Lucci players do, but I actually think is maybe correct. Like maybe I'm overcooking, but I know that every single time that they swing in my life when I go first and it's early in the game, I'm like, thank you so much. And if we look, even like he gets the Jinbei here, right? Like his hand is actually like not that good until we give him
Yeah,
this Jinbei. So again,
yeah,
that's kind of results oriented thinking, but it's kind of something that I've been feeling for a while, which is kind of why I asked about should we just be swinging six at Weevil. I think you're right. Probably Rebecca is better here, but I actually think it's maybe correct. We're not even supposed to swing at the life of the Doflamingo player here. But maybe I'm
yeah. I think
overcooking.
no, no. I think you might be right. I never tested it. I mean, I don't play Lucci usually, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think you might be right. That's
Mm-hmm.
probably the better choice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I like the Rebecca Brook a lot.
Yeah, here like Rebecca is it's two lives basically because he has to
Rebecca's
go through
oh my god. Rebecca's so
and then
broken.
you go with Rebecca. Yeah,
Rebecca's so broken. If they were gonna hit anything in Lucci, I personally would want it to be Rebecca.
yeah, probably. I mean, Lucci is dead anyway, but
I
they
agree.
already hit it.
Blackbeard in 10 is definitely gonna be gatekeeping it quite a bit.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and go 6 at the Weevil and then Kaku. Yep.
Here I was thinking if there is any word that I don't -1 the boa because if you can just block with it, but no, you -1 the boa because they cannot block with it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You can go just ice and brook and they're dead if they block with it. So yeah,
Yeah, there's just no way they're never blocking with it to give it for free. There's actually just no way.
yeah.
Um,
You can see here I have no 2K counters again. So
oh, the 6 is so bad. If I was him, I would just nah. I wouldn't even swing the 7 next. I would swing 6 next. Cause like when you
yeah, I think
show that
yes,
you don't have a 2K there, like I think it's actually really important. Okay, I need to
yeah,
pause
no,
the
because
recording
he
real
has
quick. Okay, so sorry about that, everyone, about the quick pause. Just Discord was going crazy. As I was saying, though, I'm not sure if you agree with this or not, but I personally think once you swing 6 with this Weevil and the Lucci player takes, I think for sure next action should be swinging 6 with this Boa. Like, I think his plan is maybe to go 5-7, and I think that's good a lot of the time. Like, you want to be swinging 7s, but
no,
especially.
no, no, no. Actually, I think he played Jimbe
Mhm.
Boa, and then
Mhm.
he played Jimbe Boa from the top. So he's gonna go
Oh, these
7
can't
now.
swing. Oh, he just
Yeah,
okay, yeah, yeah.
only
He
the
played these.
Jimbe. Or, no, I think no, maybe only the Jimbe. He played Boa from end, and then he played Jimbe off the top and Boa from end.
Oh,
So the
yeah, cuz
Jimbe
you
can attack
K
7
yeah,
now.
okay, yeah, cuz you already KO'd the I thought this boa was the one previous, but it's in trash. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind. I'm tripping. You're right. So yeah, this is correct then cuz he gets to swing another 7. Okay.
And I'm cooked, I think, from
I
this
mean,
point.
I thought you were cooked last game, so we'll see. I
Yeah, here
mean,
is a difficult turn because
yeah,
I can go with no, I mean
yeah, cuz you're
I,
going into
I-
8.
yeah, I can even go. I can go Jack or Gecko basically, but I think if I go Jack, I'm dead. So yeah,
Do you even have
I
a
don't have.
gecko in hand? I don't think you do.
Okay, so the Gecko. I'm tripping. No, but my bad.
And no spells. This is a situation that honestly feels like you really need that Tempest kick that you used earlier.
Yeah, that. Yeah,
Because if you kept that Tempest kick, we could go like I'm actually not sure if you have like a Khalifa engrave or not. Maybe you don't, so maybe this isn't real, but like you can like Spandine, play the Khalifa, like pitch the Lucci's minus something, go Tempest kick minus something, Rebecca replay the Spandine, play Lucci,
And now
and
KO.
then you get to play Rebecca KO two things.
Yeah,
Hmm. So
yeah, yeah.
maybe we were supposed to keep. I mean, we didn't really get to see like your actual opening hand because you were hiding it in your literal hand. So, but maybe we weren't supposed to Tempest Kick. That's part of the reason why I actually asked about you using it was because we didn't have insight into your hand, and I felt like maybe a situation like this could arise. Um,
Yeah, the thing is, like, you probably draw the other one, like either one Tempest or one Ice. Like, if I
mhm.
think if you don't draw it in the next 10 cards, you got kind of unlucky.
Yeah, that's true.
I
You
think.
do play, 8 of them, so that's true. Okay, I don't think you have a Khalifa in there unless I missed it. So my line was probably not real anyways.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, even if I have one Tempest Kick, I don't know what I would have done this turn with Tempest Kick.
Yeah, I think you need a Khalifa engrave to make it work. Because you don't have a Lucci in there either.
Yeah, I even have to play Lucci from end, so I cannot play Rebecca. I think I'm
Hmm.
cooked anyway.
Yeah, you would need either a Lucci engrave or a Khalifa engrave. If you had either of those, you could make it work. But
Yeah, yeah. Or double spell in hand.
or yeah, or double spell in hand. Actually, do you only have 6 cards in grave? Maybe Tempest wasn't live anyways.
Ah, yeah, because of the Kaku.
One,
Yeah.
two, three,
Three,
four, five,
six,
six,
eight.
7, 8. Yeah, it wasn't live
Yeah,
anyways. Okay. Yeah, because we
yeah, many are.
kaku'd. I assumed we had enough, just because normally by this point we should have enough, but yeah, the kaku.
Mm. That's why I don't like Kaku. Right
Mm-hmm.
now, I think the Lucci list I play doesn't run Kaku just because I want to get to my Tempest kicks
Yep.
as soon as possible.
I think Tempest Kick is so important. I completely agree.
Yeah, in this meta with all
Okay.
the aggro decks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've never really been a fan of Kaku. Um, I spent a lot of time playing Lucci, and I was never a huge Kaku fan. Okay, there we go. He gets there this time. Ooh, I'm
Mm.
excited to see game 3. Don't tell me who wins. I'm excited.
No, no.
I don't think there's really much different you could have done there, to be honest. I guess like the only thing was like the Tempest Kick, but even if we had the Tempest Kick, we didn't have the other piece to go with it, so it didn't matter. I guess actually the main thing we could have done differently was if we don't swing 5 into life, he has one
Mm.
less
Yeah,
Jinbei, which slows him down
yeah,
pretty considerably,
yeah.
honestly.
No,
So
yeah,
maybe
that's one thing. Yeah, I agree.
yeah, maybe that's like literally the only thing we could have done differently. I actually think him not having the Jinbei would have actually made a huge difference too, because he got to swing 7 with it twice, I think.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. And he's stuck on board. The
Mm-hmm.
Jimbe stuck on board
Mm-hmm.
for 2 turns.
Mm. So he started with Sengoku Piranha. You love to see it as the Dofi player.
I've seen no groups two
Oh,
games in a row. That's why I don't like Lucci.
yeah. Yeah, you have to see Brooke and Rebecca. Those are like the two things that you absolutely have to see when you're playing versus Doflamingo. Okay. So interesting. So he decided that he wanted to go Jinbei Weevil here instead of playing Weevil off the top. I think that's probably fine. It does feel a little sad to just swing 5 here, but I think it's
I think
probably okay.
it's actually fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's better because like going five with the first attack or going seven, I don't think it makes that much of a difference.
I think the big difference is, and he could have a read on your list just because this is game 3. Um, but I do think if you go exactly Soap Sheep Lucci here, I think he probably just loses.
Ah,
Um,
okay, okay,
so
okay.
that would be my
Mm.
one reservation. But this is game 3, so he
Okay.
probably has a really good read that you aren't playing Soap Sheep. Like he's seen the zombie Luffy's, he's seen the finger pistols, he's seen the Kaku. I don't think he's seen Hina yet, but he should kind of know more or less exactly what the list looks by this point, I think.
Yeah, no,
Um,
and he knows I don't like subshift. He knows
mm-hmm.
it. So
Yeah, I mean, especially then, right? But that would be my one reservation about doing that play is if you like swing five and they give you a 1K and then the next turn they go Soap Sheep Lucci, I think you're like beyond cooked.
mm. Yeah, actually, you can see the spell was really good because I have already activated my one
Mm-hmm.
cost Tempest, so
Yeah,
that was really
I really like Finger Pistol. I don't know why Lucci players don't play it, and like all of my internal testing when I'm playing versus Dofi players and we're trying to test the matchup, and I'm like playing as the Lucci player, I always put it in my list, and I'm always very impressed with it. Um,
yeah, I agree,
yeah,
100%.
yeah, specifically for things like this, like it gives you a chance to high roll and life. It builds your trash for Tempest Kick. It removes something in a turn where you otherwise wouldn't be able to. Like, I think it's really good, honestly.
Mm.
Makes your Bonnie matchup like 100-0 rather than 90-10.
Yeah, good into Blackbeard as well.
Yeah, also good into Blackbeard, right? I'm not sure why people don't like it. I think maybe because they like making room more for Soap Sheep and maybe like Kaidos, but I don't know. I like this.
Yeah, you can see me. I'm a little tilted because I've seen a Jimbe every turn.
Has he actually seen double Jinbei by his sixth on turn all three games?
Yeah, I think he double Jimbed every game. Yeah, he should.
Wow, he's looking at you like a
Probably,
psycho
probably.
too. He's staring at you like, yeah, I got it. I got it. Is that why he wears this? The blue for Jinbei?
No, it's the probably maybe.
He summons Jinbei? Wow. That's yo, I mean, hey, he's skill diff, bro. He's outskilling you.
No, it's alright. It's alright. That's why I think it's not that bad for Dofi. You can.
Oh yeah, for sure. If you're able to do it like this, you're so big Joe. Like he should have won the previous two games, like both of them.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, I don't think it's that bad for Dofi at all. It can like kind of feel bad because sometimes it feels like you're kind of powerless. Um,
Mm.
but it's not actually bad. You did have the double removal, which is quite nice.
Yeah. I'm not in a bad spot
No,
right now.
you're not. You're not. The fact that he swung five the first turn, I think feels good. If he like swung seven and went Jinbei Weevil, I think it would be much worse for you.
Mm, yeah.
Okay. So he's gonna bounce the Lucci. You're going into what? What is that? Your
8 ton,
eight
I
dawn?
think.
Okay.
Oh no, 9 ton.
Nine dawn. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm cool with bouncing the Lucci going into the nine just because so frequently you're gonna want to be playing Gecko.
Yeah.
Uh, he also should have a good read that you're not on the zero cost event. So like the one fear that I would have with that is if you zero cost event put the Lucci in trash, but he should have a good idea that you're not on that. I'm assuming you're not on it because we haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. No, I'm not on. So
Um,
here actually
mhm.
it's interesting because there is like a line where you go Jack and not Moria, maybe?
Mm,
Because it's I think it's the safest turn you can play Jack is now. If I don't play it now, I will never play it.
mm-hmm,
So basically, if I play Gecko, maybe I don't have like the next turn. I might not have a good play,
mm-hmm.
but I think I end up playing Gecko anyways. But I'm not sure what's the best play here, to
Okay,
be
so
honest.
if we play Jack, we get to swing seven. We have to imagine he's gonna counter that, like his hand is very healthy.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
and we also know he knows the top of his deck because of Perona. So two things get to survive, and he gets to go. He's going into his Tendon turn, so he can go. Um, he could, if he really wanted to, go like 888 leader effect. Um,
I think
which
he can probably goes. I don't know, because if he wants to play 4 cost from hand, we can probably stay at 1 life and then play Gecko with Jack on top of that,
mhm,
and then maybe we stabilize. But it's risky. It's for sure risky. With my hand, like I have all on no counters in hand
mhm.
right now.
Yeah, and I do think that this is my opinion, so it could be wrong. Maybe like other high level Doflamingo players would disagree. But I think something that's really important is like the turn after they play Jack, they're not going to have a blocker. And if you're able to untap with a few characters, I think you really can't waste your time playing 4 drops from hand. I think you have to like press W as hard as possible because if they
Mm.
once they stick that Jack, like they just get a free filter every turn, and like if you give them time to stabilize, like even playing Boa I think would be like a huge waste. I think you actually, even without knowing your hand, I think like just as the Dofi player, I think you have to take advantage of the fact that like my opponent only removed one thing this turn and they have no blocker.
Yeah, no, that's right. And probably then I can remove your board, but then you can refill. If you can refill with 4 characters in one turn, even with Boa,
Mm-hmm.
then you're good because I cannot KO 4 characters. So you
Mm-hmm.
just go for either I KO your board and then you refill.
Yep.
That's yeah.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. Yeah. You use this turn to swing hard, and then the next turn you probably want to refuel. Yeah. Yeah. Completely agree. So I do think it's correct to go Gecko here. That said, some Dofi opponents won't realize that they have to press W there and might take it a little slower by trying to develop the Boa. In which
Mm.
case, I do think that Jack is better. So it kind of depends on um, what we value. And yeah, it looks like he played the spell.
Here I
Um,
have to discard two 1Ks. It's so bad.
that's kind of interesting that he used the spell there.
What did he end? What did he have in end? Low Boa?
He had Law Sengoku, Boa, Buggy, Mihawk.
What would you do here? Because it's a kind of a difficult turn.
Yeah,
I
it
guess.
is. It is kind of a difficult turn. Or does he have 2 gravity blades or only one?
Only one, only one.
Okay, he only has one. Okay. Let me see. So, did he keep on top or did he bottom with the Perona? I need to go back and see that. I think that is really important. And I think I missed it because I was too busy thinking about the turn that you had.
I
Okay.
think this is too early.
Oh,
No?
this is way too early. You're right.
Yeah, it's like the beginning of match.
That is the. I'm fumbling. Is it. Okay. This is where he played the Perona? Or is that the original Perona? Oh my god, I'm
Okay, here
fumbling.
he 7 cost spell and just attacked. Now this is the turn after the one at the 7 cost.
No. What is happening? Where is it? He replayed the Perona, right? I'm not tripping? For sure he did. Oh, this is a true
No, this one
fumble.
no.
I don't even know where we are anymore. I messed this up. I messed this up hella bad. I messed this up so bad. He played it this turn, right? Am I completely tripping?
No, maybe not.
Because he goes Law and he bounces the Perona.
Okay.
Or no, he bounces the Sengoku?
Yeah, I don't think he replayed it. I don't think he
Okay, maybe
replayed
he
it.
didn't replay. I thought for sure he did at one point. Okay, so no, he goes Sengoku. So he doesn't know the top. I thought he did. Honestly, I think I would have maybe liked to have replayed the Perona here. Ah, I don't know.
It's
Swinging
close.
six is kind of nice.
Yeah,
It's a
it
close
was
spot.
nice because it got the 2K and then
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked it the next turn for
Yeah,
sure.
the
But
next
yeah,
swing.
maybe it's situational. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a few different things he could have done there. It's hard to say. Okay, so he doesn't know the top of his deck. So
Mm.
he goes Gravity Blade. The Gravity Blade feels pretty weak because you already have like another Brook and a Rebecca in trash. So it's like it doesn't really feel like we're really denying you of very much.
Mm.
I
Maybe
kind
if you don't go Gravity Blade, would you go for low and bounce the Rebecca in this turn?
of I think I would wait. I think I would wait on the law because I think really in this stage of the game we only really want to be or wait, is there not another Rebecca in your trash? I could have sworn I saw another one. Oh, there is. I think at this stage of the game, we really only want to be bouncing Rebecca either the turn before we go for game because we have femur, or the turn we're going for game. I think if we bounce the Rebecca on this turn, it just kind of allows you to replay it, and
Yeah.
I think it feels pretty bad. I think you have to do it either the turn before you go for game if you have femur, or if you have another one, or you have to do it like obviously the turn you actually go for game. So I
Mm.
don't think I would law bounce the Rebecca. I think I would probably start with the boa,
Mm.
I think. Um,
It's yours
and
on
then
top,
go
yeah.
from there. You could also go for Sengoku and try and find another Jinbei and then play the boa. I think that's pretty reasonable too. But it's a hard turn. I think for sure I do not play the Gravity Blade there. I think the Gravity Blade there is like really bad.
Which was
Um,
situationally good, I must say that.
oh, it situationally it actually worked out pretty well because you had literally no 2Ks.
Yeah.
Um, but I think most of the time, if you just have like a single Gravity Blade there, and then you have like a gecko, or if you have a single 2K and like a gecko, which is like pretty easy for that to happen, I think it's like really bad.
Mm. Yeah. Here, I went
Mm-hmm.
for the Jack, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe you go for Lucci Pistol just to clear their board.
Mm-hmm. Um,
That's
hmm.
a line I could have gotten for. Or
What do you?
just I can just go
Mm-hmm.
leader. I just go leader, play pistol and Lucci and try to set up a two turn lethal. Because
Mm-hmm.
basically I'm going to zero life next turn
Yeah,
for sure.
for sure.
So
Um,
I'm most of the times I'm dead.
why
So
does? Okay, so you think you want to pistol one thing and then Lucci the other one, and then swing
yeah,
Gecko into life? That's what you're thinking?
and just set up maybe a lethal for next turn. I think maybe that's one of my only outs from here because like if I go to zero, I think I'm dead,
Mm-hmm.
and I cannot lethal him next turn. So I
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where I go from here.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, I
Does
see
that
what you're
make
thinking.
sense?
Yeah, and we play the Suru, we KO his board, and then we try to go for lethal the following turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I agree that you were supposed to do that here because the Jack is just too slow, and he's just gonna kill
Mm.
us. Mm-hmm.
Maybe if I high roll like a Rebecca into something and it doesn't have femur, I can survive. But I need to
Yeah, but
go.
we've already gone through three Rebeccas, so we have to, and we've milled, I think, one gecko, so we have one Rebecca and two geckos that we can draw off of. I guess we have three draws if you include both the Jack draws.
Yeah. I think I was dead anyway, by the way. Probably.
Mm.
Yeah, even
Yeah,
there
because
was
he
the
found the
femur play.
femur.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because he has boa in end as well, and I wouldn't like I would have no way to KO the boa, and I with only 3 attacks the next turn I don't think I can close the game
This
with
leader
with
effect is
boa.
just like crazy troll, right? He doesn't know either card in your hand.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. I don't think he does. No.
This is just like crazy troll, right? Like he has femur in hand. All he has to do is put you to zero. Like why are we blind leader affecting here?
Yeah, I'm not sure to be honest.
Like you don't have 2K 1K, but like if you did, it's just like
Hmm.
crazy troll, right? Like he loses the game on the spot for no reason.
Yeah. I think I got a little bit unlucky with the counters because with the counters I was in a good spot,
Mm-hmm.
but then like not having counters and taking lives randomly put me in a really awkward
Yeah,
situation.
really awkward for sure. Do you know how many 2Ks you are running for this?
Actually, don't, I think nine. Yeah, nine.
9?
No,
Yeah,
nine.
that's pretty reasonable. 9 is pretty reasonable.
Okay, here actually I have to go for lethal, and it's
Mm-hmm.
how would you go for it here?
Let's see. I feel like we gotta go 7, 8, 9, 10, right? And you have to swing the spandom first.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's what I did. I think pretty
yeah.
sure.
We just have to go 7, 8, 9, 10, and we go spandom first to play around gravity blade trigger. Yeah,
Yeah,
and he just 3-1Ks
of course.
and we lose. Yep. What was his life?
But if I went 8-8,
Mm-hmm.
9-10, I would have won because he had the brick. He had only 3K counters. He had the brick in the first life, so I got punished by going seven for
Wait. So
seven first.
if you did if you did what?
I think I could have gotten for 8-8, 9-10, something like that. No,
No, I don't think so.
yeah, no, 8-8, 9-9. I could have gotten.
Okay. If you had gone 8, 8, 9, 9, you get there.
Yeah, yeah,
Is that
because he had.
is that better? We think.
No, no, I think that's not better. I just situationally would have been like better, but no, it's not better.
Do we know
It's
anything in
still
his
better.
hand besides the perfume, or is it just the perfume? It should just be the
I think
perfume,
only
right?
the perfume. I think only the perfume. But it's always better to go seven in this situation. I think I ran the stats once,
Mm-hmm.
and it's better to go seven. Like it's
Yeah.
better to attack with the less donier.
Yeah. Yeah. I for sure. Yeah. My first instinct is for sure 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Hmm. Wow. I honestly, I can't believe he won this because, I mean, I'm gonna say this for the commenter who is like, you need to not be harsh. These players are way better than you. I agree. El Nino, better player than me, more accomplished player than me, yada yada yada. I think honestly, in a lot of spots, he played this like really suspect. Like this last 7 swing, I think was actually like so crazy troll. Like to not get punished is like, I feel like he should have been punished for the 7 swing. Honestly, like there's actually just like this Mihawk. No matter what this Mihawk was, like it didn't matter, right? Like you know that you survive next turn 100%.
Yeah.
Um and like you know that you just have to put them to 0 like oh, I don't know. I wish you won this. Even as the Dofi player, I feel like there were some things that there wasn't that much. I think the first game was the troll game for the most part. Like I think games 2 and 3 he played pretty reasonably besides like a couple things. Like the Gravity Blade ended up being really good, but I think it wasn't supposed to be. Like from a
Yeah, I think
theoretical
it's
standpoint, I
actually
think it's a really weak Gravity Blade.
that turn is actually difficult because if you don't gravity blade, then do you attack the brook or do you just ignore it? That's a thing as well.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
actually really like I don't know the gravity blade. I'm not sure about it.
Mhm.
It's like it's debatable, I guess.
It's just like you spent 8 Dawn to remove something and also get a 9K body, and we spent 7 Dawn to
To remove
remove
the
the
yeah.
two things that matter less off of the 8 Dawn that you played. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like actually just such an awful trade. Especially like in the context of like if you actually just have another gecko in hand, which is like very reasonable to happen,
Yeah, GG.
like it's just the game is just over on the spot, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's actually just there's no coming back from it. But maybe the Rebecca or not the Rebecca, the Boa, which is what I wanted to start with, maybe it just doesn't get there often enough. Like I think probably what I end up doing is I end up going Boa 777 and you block one of them, you take one of them. What was your first life?
I think 1K or brick, either one of those.
Okay, let's see. So you take.
1K.
Yeah, so I would have done the same amount of damage, but you would have a Brook on board, and I would have a Boa and one more 4K body. So I
Yeah,
don't.
but
Yeah.
yeah, the thing is that I didn't have 2K counters. If
Hmm.
to take 2K counter, if I have like one or two 2K counters, he gets punished by this like a
Hmm.
lot.
Yeah, he
That's the
gets like
thing.
super crazy. There's like a ton of things he gets. Really, the only thing that this line is even good into, I think, is exactly your hand. But like what I'm saying is like even my line into exactly your hand, like I think my line is still better. Cause like,
Probably the exact end. You do three swings, right? Seven,
mm-hmm,
7, 7. So
mm-hmm,
I take two, I block one, and I
mm-hmm.
have two more cards in hand because I don't use them to counter.
That's true. You will have more cards in hand. So maybe for your exact hand, maybe his line is better because you having to pitch the Rebecca is actually like crazy relevant.
Yeah, really impactful.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I agree.
Yeah, it's
I agree.
situation.
His line was better for your exact hand, but I think a vast majority of hands it's worse.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. Probably, yeah.
Mm. Well, anything else notable you wanted to talk about this match, or anything we didn't really go over?
Not particularly. I think like the one thing I want to go over is that Lucci is not that favorite into Doffy. I don't know why people are convinced that
Mm-hmm.
Lucci is favorite into Doffy. I think it's 50-50 at best.
Yeah.
That's the
I
one thing. Because
I
you need to see your early game, you need to
mm,
see counters, you need to see the spells, the geckos, you need to see your pieces. You don't always get to do that.
mm-hmm. I know absolutely the reason why people feel like Lucci is favored is because Lucci players live in this fantasy land where they always draw everything perfect. They always draw Brook
Yeah.
on 3. They always draw Rebecca in the mid game. They always draw Jack for 7. They always draw Gecko for 9. And when you draw all those things, it's like, oh, the matchup is so free. It's so easy. Um, and they just live in this fairy tale land where it always happens. And I gotta be honest, it always happens. They always do, except for when it actually matters. When it actually matters, it doesn't happen. On a random ranked sim game, they draw it every time, but I don't think I've lost to any Lucci's in tournament. Um, because like that's just not how it actually goes. Like your deck isn't supposed to draw that every single time.
Yeah, agree. 100%.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's roughly 50-50. I think it's like a pretty variance-based matchup, to be honest. I think like it really just depends on like how many Jinbeis the Dofi player draws and like what the Lucci player draws. Like I kind of feel like it's one of the less skill expressive matchups in the game, to be completely honest. I think Lucci kind of like
Mm.
boils it down a lot, but um, that's not to say there's no skill expression from either side. For sure, there is.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's the most difficult part of the matchup is the Dofi one
Mm-hmm.
because you can like there are some exploits you can do during the games if you
Mm-hmm.
realize things, and there are some lines
Mm-hmm.
like when the Lucci has a lot of lives, like 4 lives in the or 3 lives in the late game, you can actually switch to a more controlled game plan,
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's I think the most difficult part is the Dofi in this matchup.
Yeah, I agree that the Dofi player has to try a lot harder than the Lucci player does. The Lucci player has like very clear lines, I would say, more often than the Dofi player does. But I also
Also,
think.
guys, go six to the leader. Like
Mm-hmm.
it works a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it work. Yeah, it does for sure. Um, okay. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I had a great time, and I actually think that this was like really, really great discussion. I hope people enjoyed it as much as I did because I think we did some like really crazy analysis, honestly.
Me too. I enjoyed it a lot. I
Yeah.
like talking about the game.
Yeah, I
I'm a
do
nerd.
too. I love talking about it. I would love to have you for day 4 or whatever your next match is, if you'd be interested in coming back on again.
For sure, 100%. I'm always in.
Let's do it. Let's lock that in. Okay. Well, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day.